The allegation of job racketeering in the Federal Character Commission has refused to go away. Now, a former staff of the commission, Haruna Kolo, has admitted to selling jobs allegedly on behalf of the commission's chairman, Muhiba Dankaka. Kolo, who appeared before the House of Representatives Committee investigating job racketeering sometime this month, claimed he remitted millions to the embattled chairman. The committee has in the past few weeks been investigating allegations and counter-allegations of corruption within the commission. The National Publicity Secretary of a coalition of APC support groups, Sam Atasia Oburu, joins us now to discuss the alleged job racketeering in the commission and efforts needed to curb such an incident. Good afternoon and welcome to Arise News.
Thank you very much. It's nice being in the studio once again. It's been a long time since the days of NTA. But I was here about 2-3 months ago, and it was a great time being in the studio once again.
All right, then. It's a pleasure to have you on. Let's go straight into it. Now, we're seeing these allegations, very serious allegations, being put forward by Haruna Kolo, who is an ex-aide to the chairperson of the Federal Character Commission. He confessed to selling federal employment slots to job seekers at the directive of his former boss. Now, in light of these recent allegations, scandalous revelations, if I might say, about the corruption and bribery within the FCC, how do you view the impact of such actions on the credibility and the integrity of the Commission's role in ensuring federal character and national balance in recruitment?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Good afternoon, Nigerians. The reason why we came on board as a party in 2014 was to effect change. We got to become the ruling government because Nigeria voted us because of what we said that we're going to change the system. Now, we have come in 2014, and instead of people witnessing change, they saw a situation where corruption grew legs. Corruption started wearing clothes. People like in Federal Character Commission that were supposed to impact Nigerians, create job and employment. As a matter of fact, the employment figure right now, if you know what it is, it's about 89% being affected by all these indices. Now, if we look at what Haruna Kolo and Farida is doing, it is sheer treason. It is sheer treason. They have joined, they've colluded to bring bad light to the ruling government. Corruption is not only when you collect money from somebody. Only thought of it is corruption itself. And it has affected us in APC. It has affected the reward system. President Buhari could not create jobs. I was in Lobito Crescent office, where I worked for President Buhari. A lot of persons were able to get jobs, some got appointments. No, even if I didn't get appointment, I could have been able to get a job. Now, not only me, so many APC persons, right here in your studio, there are 2 persons that said that they paid for a job about 2 years ago. The present engineer here and some other persons. Now, you cannot be paying for a job, you cannot be creating job to level unemployment ratio in Nigeria, and then somebody is busy collecting money for it. It is sheer corruption. I think that the Federal Character Commission, whoever is in charge right now, the Senate Committee hearing, I think is my friend and my brother, the great octopus, Olwell Oyeso. I think together with the House Committee on Federal Character Commission, they should bring that woman to book. What she has, as a matter of fact, President Asiwaju should bring the woman. He should use the woman to set an example. If not, people will be collecting money all over Nigeria. Somebody told me the other day that if I have 500,000 naira, if I have 1 million naira, they'll give me an appointment. I'm the chairman of the 36 state chairman of the former state chairman for media and publicity. We worked assiduously for Asiwaju. And I'm the present chairman of the 36 state chairman. How can I be paying to get an appointment? How can I be paying for a job to get a job? Now I'm living from hand to hand, and I'm not the only one. Look at me. As a former chief press secretary to a governor, to be Priscilla. But now I have to go and pay for a job. No. I will not do that. Not on my life. Not in your life. Not in her time. I will not do that. I have worked for this. And so are other Nigerians. Even those who did not work. As long as you're in Nigeria. The Federal Character Commission was created to build unity, peace, and harmony in Nigeria. Now, if you're collecting monies from a section of Nigerians and giving them jobs, the other section will be found wanting. Now the woman is going around boasting that nothing will happen to her. She now has the likes of Aliko Dangote, the likes of former Governor Bagudu, and a few other governors that are covering her. How can Nigerian governors be? It's a shame on them. It's a shame on Aliko Dangote that his name can be driven, could be involved in such a thing, such an act. It's an embarrassment to the government that somebody will be selling jobs in Nigeria where there are no jobs. Inflation is rising, for crying out loud. And you're selling jobs. And then Tinubu have said that renewed hope. I'm the convener of renewed hope platform, the way forward. The way forward is to begin to prosecute those who are found guilty in corruption charges. President Asiwaju should begin to take the mantle of leadership by the bull and set some examples so that some persons will know that this government, we did not come to joke. We came to impact Nigeria with the investment of our personality. What we've been able to invest in our personality in the past 30 years, the past 40 years. We came to bring it to bear, to add value to society. Now you're busy selling the jobs. Other Nigerians that cannot afford the jobs will not be in the unemployment market. The unemployment market relationship will be growing. It will be affecting the economy. Thank you.
Well, I certainly hear you, Mr. Oburu. Now, you stated earlier that you're looking for, that your advice is that the individuals involved in this scandal be brought to book. But some might say that perhaps the ruling party created the environment for us, or an enabling environment for such, behavior to thrive. So I'm just wondering, do you think that there are some fundamental flaws with the Federal Character Commission, just beyond the individuals? Are there fundamental flaws, maybe in terms of provisions in the Constitution or whatever you might think?
The Federal Character Commission was created by Article 153, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999. 14 other commissions were created alongside with it. There is no flaw in the Federal Character Commission. The flaw in the Federal Character Commission is the fact that the chairman of the Federal Character Commission, or the DG, Farida Dankaka, does not have an iota of experience. As a matter of fact, her doctorate degree, she's a doctor, is honorary. We cannot continue to do things like this. We have persons that have the capacity and pedigree. She lacks the capacity. She lacks the pedigree. Do you know that in a commission, if there is anything that says that there's no smoke without fire, she should take the blame, the buck stops on her table. For there to be bribery going on, that means she's part of it. And then it's just about her. She lacks the capacity, the mental pedigree to be able to drive the vision of renewed hope. If I were in the corridors of power, I will use her to set example. The woman should be brought to book. Do you know how many millions we're talking about? Do you know how many Nigerians paid money that have not gotten their jobs? Do you know how many people are in the unemployment market because of Farida? Do you know how many persons have lost their home, their life because of the borrowed money to be able to pay Farida? And the likes of Aliko Dangote, the likes of Bagudu, she mentions some names that nothing will happen to her. How can we have a country where you be boasting? Your PA or your SA came and made startling revelation, Haruna Kolo, that she asked him that she should be collecting the monies. They should pay the money into his account. Then he should go and withdraw cash. She said she has already premeditated plan. She should go and withdraw the money. Sure, corruption is in her vein. Go and withdraw the money and bring cash for me. Now, her own children, from what I hear, already have gainful employment somewhere. She will remove them and go and put in choice areas. I hear she has cornered all the MDAs, the lucrative MDAs to herself. The likes of NNPCL, the likes of NIMASA, the likes of MPA, and she does not carry her what's it called now? She doesn't carry her board along. She doesn't carry her federal commissioners along. She keeps them in the law, in the dark, and then does things herself. She sets up, okay, let me give you an example. She went to all the MDAs and collected 300,000 naira from them. Do you know that? To have a workshop. And the commission, the other federal commissioners were not involved, were not told. And they created a consultancy to handle it. Now, if you're creating for employment, what's it called, employment for an employment program, and yet you are now turning around and selling those employments that are available to the highest bidder. I see why you cannot take this. I see why you should.
I'd like to come in here, Mr. Oburu.
You should get up and take the bull. Yes.
As we begin to wrap up, I mean, you've spoken, the recent revelations about the FCC coincide with other instances of corruption involving high-ranking officials. We're looking at cases even from allegedly looking at the CBN governor and even the chairman of the EFCC. Now, what do you think these repeated incidents indicate about the effectiveness of measures taken to curb corruption within public institutions? And looking at your call for the relevant security agencies to investigate and take further action against those involved in the employment racketeering scandal, how can the government ensure that such investigations are thorough, they are impartial, and that they lead to the appropriate consequences for those found guilty?
The government should create a committee of public hearing. Create a commission of public hearing where if you're accused of corruption, you face that commission or committee. Once you face the committee, if you're found guilty, they'll send you to an appropriate legal machinery, where if you're also found guilty again, you go to jail. You go and pay your time. If you cannot do the time, don't do the crime. Now, even that what is annoying me the most, there are so many persons that worked for the APC, that are still in the APC, that worked for APC in 2014, 2015, worked for APC in 2019, 2022, 2023. They are not yet employed. Why? Because they are selling the jobs that are available. It's wicked. Some persons, Isha Farida should go to jail. It is not something that we should start playing kid glove with her. Set some persons as example. When you set some persons as example, the International Committee of Nations, international nations, they will take you seriously. They will know that this government means business. The way you start the journey, that's the way Nigerians are going to toe the line with you. Persons are going to be scared of corrupt practices. Now, the major bane we have is actually the national orientation agencies. They should come up with jingles. They should come up with ideologies on how corruption is a bane to our economy. The government should set up a federal character commission, federal commission, to investigate corrupt charges. Just like if you're caught running one way, they bring you to a court, an ad hoc court on the street there, and they judge you. If you're guilty, they fine you instantly with Federal Road Safety Commission. They should have something like that for corruption, where if you're guilty as charged, they fine you or they send you to a federal court, and if you're found guilty, you go to jail. People had better start going to jail, or they will not stop corruption. Corruption don't wear clothes for Nigeria. It don't wear suits. So if you are ready to take the bull by the horn to fight corrupt charges, we're not going to be going anywhere. We're not going to be going anywhere. So my advice to the federal government, my advice to Asiwaju, set example. This Federal Character Commission issue should not be swept under the carpet. Use it to set an example.
Thank you so much. National Publicity Secretary, Coalition of APC Support Groups, Honorable Sam Atasia Oburu. We'd like to say a big thank you for joining us here on Newsday. We appreciate your time.